Hi everyone. Um, I have a movie review for you again, another special movie review. Today I'm going to review the film The Town. The Town is a film directed by Ben Affleck. It stars Ben Affleck. And also stars Jeremy Renner from The Hurt Locker, Rebecca Hall from Vicky Cristina Barcelona, and Chris Cooper, as well as I don't know this guy's name, but one of the hunters from Lost World Jurassic Park was in it too. I don't remember his name. I have heard that he did die recently, unfortunately. Um, when you see the film, you might recognize him, but if you've seen the Lost World Jurassic Park, you might know who I'm talking about. Um, he's in this film. Okay, but anyway, The Town is a film about a group of bank robbers, and they they have all these banks lined up that they plan on robbing. And during one of the first banks that they rob, that you see earlier in the film, Ben Affleck's character falls in love with this victim of this, or I should say, more of a hostage almost in this bank situation. And he encounters her later on when he's not robbing a bank, when he's, I think, at a laundromat somewhere. And it's truly an interesting film because it's an interesting take on romance movies. It's an interesting take on bank robbery films. It's an interesting take on gangster, not really gangster films, but films that revolve around gangs almost. Um, so anyway, he falls in love with this girl. They get really, really close. At the same time, he's still planning these other bank robberies, and he's not telling this girl anything about these robberies that he's planning. And let's see here. What else about the film? So yeah, they're planning all these bank robberies, and in each bank robbery, he does something completely different. So like in the first bank robbery, they're dressed up as like these skeleton characters. In their second bank robbery, they're dressed up as like these nun characters. And for their third one, they pretend to be police officers. So they do something completely different for each robbery. So in a way, they're trying to become new every time. But after a while, the FBI kind of catches up and like, oh, it's that group of robbers again. Because apparently it takes place in Charleston, and apparently there's a lot of robberies there. Apparently, or at least back when the story takes place, a lot of robberies have happened there. Um, what else about the film? Um, yeah, it's just a really interesting style. I think it's if you asked Christopher Nolan and M Night Shyamalan to team up for a film, I think they would make this movie, The Town. Um, just a really interesting film. A lot of neat twists. A lot of neat romance aspects behind it. A lot of neat things about bank robbery films in general. It kind of reminds me of at least the bank robbery scenes. For those of you who have seen The Dark Knight, it kind of reminds me of that opening scene where all those people who are working for the Joker are robbing that Gotham City bank. A lot of the scenes in that film kind of remind me of that one scene from The Dark Knight. So that's kind of interesting, and that's a fun scene to watch too. So if you like to watch that scene, you'll probably love to watch this movie. Um, just really, really interesting. I think Ben Affleck is a really, really good film director, a much better film director than he is so an actor. Even though he does act in the film, I think because he's directing it, he has more of a say of what his character is and does. Um, so yeah, he just had more of a voice into it, and so I think that was kind of the problem he ran into in the past. Is maybe he just didn't have enough voice for his character. Maybe he just had to do exactly the way a certain director wanted him to do it, or a certain way that it was written for him. So maybe because he had more voice of what he could actually do with his characters, um, maybe that makes him a better person in Hollywood. I don't know, but for some reason he did really, really well in this film. Jeremy Renner did well in this film. I think he did better in this one than he did in The Hurt Locker, and that's saying a lot because Hurt Locker won Best Picture back when it came out, and he's actually nominated right now for this movie. And at least when I filmed this video, he was nominated. I don't know if he's going to win the award or not, but and he was nominated for Hurt Locker, but he lost to Jeff Bridges. So yeah, really, really interesting film. Just check it out. I didn't see it in the theater. I rented it from Redbox. Definitely worth the $1.06. I definitely would have spent $9 in the theater to go see it if I knew it was going to be this good. I know why. I can understand why Jeremy Renner's nominated. Um, I almost wish Ben Affleck was nominated. He did really well in this too. Rebecca Hall, I thought, did really well in this movie also. So check it out. It's called The Town, starring Ben Affleck, and it's also directed by Ben Affleck. And I also think it's written by him as well. So check it out. It's a great movie.